Hey everyone, and welcome to the 87th episode of We're All in the Same Boat. I'm your host, Luke Roxwold, and guess what? We fixed the Sonic trailer. We had a trailer drop for it. I almost said IT. Sorry. And the Spider-Man Far From Home trailer came out, and we might talk about Denver's mushrooms.
Oh, no.
So it's going to be a good episode. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you want to check us out on any platform you can, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. If you want to do something nice for us, go to the iTunes app, search We're All in the Same Boat, scroll all the way to the bottom, and hit 5 stars. Follow our Instagram at WAITSB Podcast. Today, I am here with Nick.
Hello.
And Shayne.
Hola, peeps.
Welcome to the podcast. Hi.
Welcome,
Yay.
Shayne. Welcome to the podcast.
Welcome, Nick. Thank you so much. I feel so welcomed to this podcast right now.
It's like, wow, human people, I feel so welcomed by your human greetings.
I forgot to mute Shayne. Hold on. Okay, we can go now.
Welcome back, everybody. Our last last podcast episode we talked about Endgame, and we are going to talk about trailers today that actually contain spoilers for Endgame. So,
Yes.
if you haven't seen Endgame, it's on you. Like, there's a certain point where I'm like, it's your fault.
The
Didn't the
spoiler
directors
ban,
come out?
The spoiler
Yeah.
ban was lifted on Monday. It is fair game. You have been warned.
It is
This
fair
is a $2
Endgame.
billion movie. How have you not seen a $2 billion movie?
It's on you now.
That's
It's on
insane.
you.
Actually, how much money has that film made at this point? I'm going to look it up.
I think it is $2 billion for sure.
Oof.
Well, James
Like a
Cameron
rough
actually
estimate.
came out and was like, congratulations for passing Titanic. It was kind of like
But he's like, you'll never pass Avatar.
Avatar.
which is it's
Good
going to pass
try.
Avatar next week, but okay.
No, it's not. Well, domestically maybe, but it won't
No,
internationally.
worldwide. It's only
It's in second place now.
yeah, but Avatar has like 2.6
No, there's no way.
billion.
It's
and
400 billion
Avengers
away.
has
Or
2
400
point-
million
Hold
away.
on.
Yeah, it's
It's
really
not.
close.
There's no
Luke.
way it's gonna pass Avatar.
Yes,
Yeah,
it is.
it's already
We're-
at 2.3.
Luke.
Avatar's
Hold
at
on.
2.7.
Hold on. I'm trying to find the thing on the
I'm telling
website.
you what it is, Luke. It's
I don't
2.3
trust
billion versus
your
Luke
2.7
needs the
billion.
proof.
All-time
Can we
worldwide
just
number
please
2.
talk about
What? Could it really?
Avengers?
Holy
I already
crap.
Avengers
told
sank.
you.
Yes, Avengers sank the Titanic.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, dude.
Endgame Titanic.
Dude, it's been 2 weeks. It's
Holy
freaking
crap.
crazy. It's
2
insane.
weeks.
It's gonna hit 3 billion at least.
It
Well,
doesn't.
ooh,
It seems
I
like
don't know about
so. The
that,
reason
maybe.
Avatar, the reason Avatar made so much money is because it was like a ride. So everyone on Earth went to see it, and I literally mean everyone on Earth.
I did not go to see
I didn't
that
think
movie.
it was that great. I don't know why.
I've
people
only
loved it so
seen
much.
Confession. I've only seen the first 10 minutes of Avatar, and I was totally into it. And then my friends turned it off, and I just never saw it again.
You might be in the minority of like the world.
Well, because you saw it. Yeah, really. Like I said, everyone on Earth saw it. The reason people loved it though is
Except for
because
me.
the 3D was so insanely good.
That's what I heard.
And so it was one of those like, go spend as much money as possible to see this movie on the biggest screen with the best 3D you can. Boom, money.
So it was more about the experience and not about the film being good.
Yeah, because the film's not
Yeah,
that good.
it's not that great. It's also a ripoff of Pocahontas and
With
what's that
Smurfs.
cartoon? That cartoon
Smurfs?
movie
Smurfs,
with the tree.
Pocahontas,
No, it's the other one.
Fern Gully.
Fern Gully. That's it. Yeah,
I've
it's basically a
heard
ripoff of
all
that.
of these examples
Oh.
before. I was like,
Or Avatar.
oh, it's like Pocahontas and what's that cartoon movie with the tree?
Fern Gully.
Pocahontas.
So yeah, no, I mean, I'm looking forward to that getting toppled because Endgame is actually a decent movie compared
Yeah.
to
I really
Avatar.
wanted, in his little post, I really wanted him to say at the end of it, but that's okay. I'm rush releasing Avatar 2 next year. Will be coming for your title again.
Yeah, I know. That's what's gonna suck is Avengers is gonna pull ahead of it 10 years later. And then next year, Avatar 2 is going to come out and just blow it out of the water. Because everyone's going to see it in 3D. That's the thing about Avatars.
Yeah,
I-
I don't
well,
have,
here's the
I don't have
thing.
a lot
See
of
it.
hype
I
behind
have
it.
motion sickness. And I can't watch 3D movies.
What?
So I did not see Avatar in 3D, and I can't be the only one out there
Actually,
that has really
No,
bad
you're
motion
not, because there's
sickness.
other people in the theater
wait,
with you.
nobody on this podcast saw it? I didn't see it in 3D because I didn't know what it was.
Nice.
Because it was huge. Here's the thing. Avatar was huge at Comic-Con. And this movie came out before I graduated from high school, so I wasn't in the knowings of things yet, And so
You weren't
Wow,
popular.
Luke, way to show your age.
no, I mean I didn't hear the news that like you have to go see this in 3D. It was like, oh, there's a movie with robots
people.
and space. Go see it. And so I went and saw it with some people, and then I was like, I didn't really like that movie. Everyone was like, you should see it in 3D. I was like, no, I don't feel like it. I already saw the movie once.
How is seeing it in
No, I
3D going
missed
to
out.
help the movie? It doesn't help the movie at all.
Because it's like a
It's
roller
about the
coaster. If someone
experience,
rode
Nick.
on
It's a different-
Griffin,
it's about the experience.
think about it. If someone rode on Griffin at Busch Gardens and was like, where's the story? You're like, what? It's not about a story. It's a ride. It's for
No.
fun. That's what Avatar's like.
No, it's just. Ugh. I just can't believe that's number one. I'm glad that's getting toppled. No offense, James Cameron, if you're listening, but yeah, sorry.
He probably is. Just saying.
I mean, I'm sure he does. What else does that guy do in his spare time?
he rides. He has a submarine, and he goes to the middle, like the deepest part of the ocean. Did you hear about that?
What? No.
Yeah. You never heard about that?
No.
Yeah, hold up. James Cameron, submarine
Maybe a yellow
diving
submarine.
world record.
What?
I'm not kidding. He set the world record for the deepest possible solo dive
My
of all time.
man needs to get a different hobby.
He was like, maybe in 10 years, Avengers is gonna beat Avatar, so I better set another record that the Avengers can't beat.
So I'm gonna shoot myself down into the
I'm
Marianas
gonna
Trench.
swim. Yeah, he was. How many miles is this? 26, almost 27,000 feet underwater.
Ish. My
Wait,
gosh.
no. Sorry, 35, almost 36,000 feet. Hold on, how many miles is that? I don't feel like doing math right now. 7 miles. Let's see. He went almost 7 miles underwater. How tall is Mount Everest?
That's pretty crazy. Yeah, that has to be the
7
Marianas
miles?
Trench. That has to be. Yeah, it is. It is.
He
Okay.
went further
whole
underwater than the
documentary
mountain.
on the
And Mount
Marianas
Everest
Trench
is
one time.
tall.
That's still not impressive to me, though. He just got in
What?
a submarine, and the submarine just shot down.
That's
What?
horrifying.
it was in a
Underwater,
submarine? Oh, no, I
underwater
thought-
is like going to space, man.
I thought he
Sure,
dove
but,
like he
you just
swam
kinda-
down there. That's not as cool, Luke.
Yeah, you
He
like
swam?
You pop your ears
No.
every now
He
and
didn't
then.
swim. That's
It's not
horrifying.
that
Thank you.
impressive. Okay,
That's
so
horrifying.
it was a little
Underwater?
It was,
Have you seen? Hold on. Have you seen some of the underwater creatures? They're
it was like a fear factor
Yes.
challenge.
I've
Deep
seen
sea
Finding Nemo. I
underwater.
know what they look like.
yes, they are scary.
Just not
creatures.
impressed. I'm really not impressed with this at all.
I mean, I'm impressed. I wouldn't do it, so I'm
Good.
impressed.
He's just a
Man.
guy with a lot of money. Sounds
Look
like
at
it.
these things. Look at these things. Aliens.
What are
What?
we looking at?
Wait.
Aliens?
I
The
gotta just-
anglerfish.
Let me send it.
That
Stop
guy's
being a
an
hater.
anglerfish. Marianas
Look.
Trench.
I
They're
was
like
asking
they're
questions.
like human fish
But he's still in a submarine, Luke. Who
He's
cares?
protected.
He's
with
protected.
glass.
If he swam down there and made friends with them, I'd be impressed. Or if he shot
Yeah.
them for a new movie, ooh.
Yeah, I
That's
would
true.
go see Avatar 2 if he did that.
Avatar 2 is apparently
Avatar 2 underwater.
apparently Avatar 2 is supposed to be underwater.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
I'm
is
not
it actually
expecting that.
under real water? If he didn't film it under
I
real
don't-
water, it's not impressive.
He filmed it. He actually filmed the movie when he was down there. The movie's done.
If he did
He just
that,
got
whoa,
he's just got like a
Oscar.
little he's got like one of those little green
Like
screen
GoPros.
camera stuff.
Got a
like-
GoPro.
I think
Anyway.
if I remember correctly, he wants to shoot Avatar 2 at like 60 frames a second instead of 24.
No, gosh, that's like the 40 frames thing that Peter Jackson did for
Which
The Hobbit.
I have a good argument for. We might as well suck it up and get used to it because it's the way movies are going to go.
He might as well suck it up and get used to
I think they will. They're
Why-
they're going.
well, 20
I said it's
isn't-
like when The Hobbit first came out. It's gonna. That's the way films are gonna go. They're gonna be
Like
shot
tw-
in 48.
20
one day.
Well, but for 24 FPS is called the cinematic frame rate for a reason.
Because
You're
we're
saying-
used to it
Yeah,
looking that way.
but times
You're
are
saying a new
changing, Nick.
standard is gonna. Okay,
Times are
really?
changing.
Yeah,
The
because
eye isn't changing, and I feel like it's more pleasing to the eye to be at 24 frames. That's why
it's
they do it.
more cinematic looking because that's what we think of cinematic look. Like if I
That's
told
just all
you,
we've known.
hey, we're gonna have a black and white photo because black and white looks more classic than color. We're still gonna have color photos. Like imagine like when. How how do I explain this? I've actually had this argument for like 10
I
years.
mean, that was a good explanation until you stopped.
That's
yeah,
it,
you were
man.
actually
That's basically
convincing me, but now I'm not convinced anymore.
So like
Gave up on
every
your
single
argument,
kid that watches a movie that's at that frame rate speed, they're going to be like, yeah, it looks amazing. It looks so much better. The screen's higher quality. There's less motion blur, so it looks clearer. It feels more real. The impacts are stronger. There's a lot less. It's easier to do special effects. The special effects look more real. The 3D looks better. Everything about it is better. The only reason we don't do it is because we're not used to it and we don't like the way it looks because it doesn't look like standard film. So it's harder for us to suspend our disbelief.
My eye is not changing, and I like 24 frames. So suck it, Luke.
I lose. Game over. So, speaking of losing, Sonic the Hedgehog kind of lost. Like, oof.
Did you guys
The
see the
Hedgehog
tweet
guy.
that the animator posted?
They apologized so fast.
Yeah. Did you see?
They said,
did
we
you
are
see
so
that
sorry
tweet?
for the disrespect that we have made on this fandom. And we apologize to Sega, and we are going to go hang ourselves now and try again. So we'll be right back.
BRB, we're going to go hang ourselves. Look, Sonic the Hedgehog tweet. I didn't see the animator's tweet, I don't think. I saw the one where the guy was like, guess what? Everyone's happy and great. We're going to redo all this. It's fine.
Right. It's like, thanks so much for the feedback, guys.
Jeff Fowler.
He's going to go reshoot the movie.
Yeah. I just feel so bad for the guy.
Yeah.
He's like, the message is loud and clear. We're gonna change it, basically. And it was like,
Well, I mean, I respect that, though.
Actually, hold up. Let me give the context for the listeners.
From both sides. Oh, yeah,
So the Sonic, basically there is a long history of video games that are amazing. Just kidding, they suck. They're all horrible. Every single video game movie ever is bad.
yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
And so there's like the Mario movie, horrible. There's like the
Mario
Street
movie?
Fighter movie, horrible. Everything's horrible.
Not
video
even
game
Mortal,
movies
Mortal
are
Kombat.
horrible.
That's it. Yeah.
Yes. Mortal Kombat movie.
The first
horrible.
one.
Horrible. Everything's horrible.
No, but I'm saying like that's like a D movie. It's not an F movie. All the other ones are just utter trash. Like none of them are good. Doom is bad. All of them are bad.
Yeah, Doom is bad.
I thought the Lego Batman movie was pretty good.
That's not
that was a
but that's
video
not
game first.
Video games, really, because
But it's a video game, Luke.
Huh?
that's like me saying.
Shane's right.
That's like me saying. Actually, the only video game movie that is good.
I know what you're saying.
The only video
I know
game
what
that
you're
is
saying.
movie that is good is Scott Pilgrim.
You're talking about live action.
Because wasn't that a video game or was that a comic first?
I think that was a comic, not a video game, and that's why it was probably good.
See, okay, never mind then.
Pretty sure it's not a video game.
It is a video game, but I
Well,
think it might have been a comic
Never
first.
mind. I'm sure
You guys
there's
just
a
let
video
me
game
be happy with the things
that
that I say.
exists. But I will say it looks like it's just a movie for Jim Carrey to be funny, and then
Like all
they
his
built Sonic
movies?
around. They built Sonic around that. That's what it felt like to me. Eggman's not. Shayne, you mentioned it before. Eggman's not even fat. It's
Yeah,
just
actually,
Jim Carrey.
we're moving further ahead. Let's slow down for a second. So,
We're talking about the trailer, right?
yeah, so basically video game
Well,
movies have
He's
always
explaining that thing
been.
first.
We gotta stop over talking each other, guys. So like this, basically the video games movies have. Okay. Video game movies have never been good. And so when this Sonic movie got announced, everyone's like, oh no, this is going to hurt. This is probably not going to be good. So then the trailer comes out. And surprisingly, just kidding, it wasn't a surprise. It looked absolutely horrible. The acting, the story, everything. And then nothing looked worse in this trailer than freaking Sonic, the main character. It's like, okay, maybe the movie's going to be bad, but they couldn't even get the character right in this one. He looks horrible and scary. He's got human teeth. He's got little eyes. He's got like a human figure. Like he's like a cartoon character. If you've ever seen like those Simpson pictures where the Simpsons look like real people. Have you guys seen those?
No.
Simpsons
I think so.
as real people. It's horrifying.
He looks like Tobias from Arrested Development.
I just
when he
wanna
dresses up
say-
as blue.
The blue with the blue suit.
It's
I never
disgusting.
even knew this movie was happening until I saw the link to the trailer. And I was like, oh, there's a Sonic movie. But then I never watched it until today. And
Yeah.
I don't really, you know what? I don't think he really looks that bad. I just think his like lower body looks really awkward. Like his legs are really skinny. and then not proportionate to the rest of his body. His torso is really long.
Well, yeah, he
And
looks
he just has
too
an awkward
human.
shape. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
they
should
made
be
him-
shorter. I don't know why he's so tall.
Yeah, and his
It looks like
he's
he's in a onesie. It's weird.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly. That's what it looks like.
yeah, and like I said, he looks too human. By the way,
Yeah.
I'm sending you another picture of the Simpson guy. Look at Discord.
Without any
Oh my gosh, that's horrible.
Why would you send those pictures?
If you want to know what I'm Googling or what I'm showing them, Google
You don't.
Simpsons as real people.
No,
It's
don't
horrible.
do it.
Google that.
You don't need to
That's
see it.
horrid.
So basically,
That's
everyone
what they did.
everyone on the internet blew up and was like, "This is so scary and horrifying, and we hate this. We hate this. Change it." And the studio was like, "Okay, loud and clear, we'll change it."
Mhm.
So we haven't seen what he actually is going to look like, have we?
No,
Like it's still
Oh,
up
the
in
new
the air.
one? No, I don't
there's
think
some cool redesigns out there that are so much better.
so. Yeah, let the fans do it.
It's crazy how much better it looks with some of these
Hey.
redesigns. But
Here's like I'm going to send a picture to the chat. Most of these pictures will be on our Instagram, which you can follow at WAITSP Podcast if you want to see what we're talking about. That's the way Sonic looks in the movie. And so, like, he looks like the Grinch
right.
Yeah.
and How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
And like his
Where he's
shoes
got-
aren't even big.
Yeah, he looks.
His
His like ears are
Jim
small.
Carrey was in that movie. The Grinch.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, Jim Carrey just made this whole
Uh,
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the reason people are gonna go watch it. I feel.
So, what did you guys think of the trailer itself? Looked pretty good, right?
I didn't watch it with sound, but I mean, it looks like a Sonic movie. There's the missiles, there's the running, there's the bass, there's Eggman who's not fat.
The sound doesn't make it better. That's for sure.
I don't know if I watched the whole trailer, but I didn't see any. Were there any of the other characters in there, like Tails or Knuckles or Amy?
No,
or
and
Shadow
I was
or
kind of shocked
anyone?
by that. I don't know if they're like hiding that, but
Yeah,
I thought it was gonna be a whole thing where all these
because
guys
if they're
show
not
up.
in the movie, I don't understand the point of.
I
What's
think
the
that
point of this film?
actually, I think Tails is in the movie. Here he is, right here.
At least Tails has to be.
Oh,
in the movie.
gosh,
Oh gosh.
that looks
Why?
so horrible.
Have you guys seen that picture of the fox sitting on the toilet
Yes,
or whatever?
Oh,
They have
that
a picture of
is
Sonic and Tails is the fox.
disgusting. Oh my gosh, that's horrible. But all that to
I
say,
love this picture.
you know, they're actually making like Nintendo live action films. The Fox. They're making like Nintendo live action films now. So they're going to make like Zelda, Mario,
Oof.
all this crap. So I'm really not looking forward to this at all.
Yeah. More video game movies that are horrible.
Yeah. I don't know when they're going to be good. Pokemon. They're going to do a whole thing with Pokemon now.
Well, apparently
My
that
friend
new
just saw that
Pokemon.
movie. My friend just saw that movie and texted me that it was really good. I can't wait to see it.
It was good.
Detective Pikachu.
The
Yeah,
Pikachu one.
that's what she said.
It has
Oh,
a 66% so far on Rotten Tomatoes. So for a video game movie, that's good.
Which we've decided doesn't mean
For a
anything after
20-plus
Captain
year.
Marvel.
Franchise.
Yeah.
Captain Marvel used payola for those reviews. So
There's just no way that people actually. Anyway, I don't want to go back to that.
Yeah.
that's
Ever
a really
again.
creepy fox. I would appreciate if you stopped sending those pictures.
Stop it.
Oh man, I love it.
That thing's gonna be trash, but
So-
people will watch it anyway.
Yep. So Sonic is scary, but they're gonna fix him apparently to make him look good in
Hopefully-
a terrible movie.
You know,
So that's happening.
maybe.
Jim Carrey actually looks like he's doing a good job. But he looks like Jim Carrey playing Jim Carrey in every movie he's ever played ever.
Right?
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah, just
Eggman. He's just Jim
Over the
Carrey.
top. Yep. Villain.
Have
Um,
you even seen the series? Played the games?
Yes. His name is actually Captain.
Any
Captain?
amount of
no,
research.
Doctor Robotno.
Robotnik.
Robotnik. See, I don't know anything. Whatever. Who cares?
Come on, man.
So, speaking of villains,
horror
It too.
movies.
Oof.
An
Whoa!
actual horror movie. That's not meant to be a horror
Whoa!
movie.
It too.
Looks fantastic.
Yep, let's move on. So, no, just kidding.
So, okay, so I want to say, I never saw the first It movie, right?
What?
So,
Wow, really?
It's just not
What?
it's not my thing. And so
Shayne, I think it's not that scary. It's not.
I know,
It's
but
not very
after
scary.
seeing the trailer, after seeing the trailer for this one, I'm like, oh, that seems really interesting. So I actually might go back and watch the first one. But I thought this trailer was really good the way it was done, because I said, oh, is the trailer just gonna be this long scene the whole time? And coming from someone who had no idea what was going on, I just saw, oh look, there's this creepy old lady. Seems like it's gonna be creepy. And then I saw Jessica Chastain. Oh, I love Jessica Chastain. I'm gonna go see this movie. I have no idea what it's about, but but that lady, whoever that lady is, I want to give her some claps, because that scene was really good. And when the part where she says, anyone who dies here doesn't really die, and then she just is smiling and staring at her for like a good 2 minutes.
Wasn't that so unsettling? Oh my gosh.
That was. I was
Yeah.
like, what is going on? I said, I'm really terrified right now.
That's straight from the first movie, because there's one part where Pennywise just kind of freezes
And
he just kind of
stares.
like looks, and you're like, it's so unsettling, and I loved that part in that other
It
movie.
was very unsettling.
So the fact that they did it in this one, I really like that.
The same director, same screenplay writer, so should be good.
Yeah, they have a lot of popular actors and actresses in this. So
Yeah,
actually, well, to start out, let's just say the first one, Nick, I know you really, really liked the first one.
Mm-hmm. I compared it to Stand By Me because of the kids actors were so freaking funny and entertaining. And that made the movie for me more so. I mean, Pennywise is great, all that's great, but
That's not
it
about
was like,
him.
yeah, it wasn't just about him, and it was mainly about these kids, and I enjoyed that.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, every single kid in that movie is amazing, acting wise.
Pretty much.
I liked it. I remember probably giving it like a 7.5 out of 10, something like that.
That sounds right.
I only watched it once. It might be worth watching just a second time, especially before this new one comes out. But it's definitely a good movie. Shayne, it's not scary. I don't know if you think it's scary, and that's why you didn't see it.
No. Clowns are just. It's not like scary. It's not even really clowns. It's just. I think what it was is that a lot of my kindergartners saw this movie, and all they kept talking about was killer.
What?
Yes, parenting.
One star.
All they
One
kept
star.
talking about.
Parenting, yeah.
All they kept talking about was like killer clowns in this movie, and I yelled at them so much about talking about it. I think that I kind of just erased any like want of seeing this movie, because I'm like, stop talking about killer clowns. They're like, I'm a killer clown. You're a killer clown. Oh my god, goodness.
Yeah, it's good though. It's it's more of a thriller and just
I like
intense movie.
thrillers, and I like creepy stuff.
Like there's a few like kind of horror movie parts, but it's not that scary. It's really not, especially compared to like a lot of other movies that I've seen. It's not that bad. But I like it just because of some of the visual imagery is like really, really good. Bless you. Bless
Sorry.
you. It's okay.
Visual imagery, exactly.
Yeah, I couldn't even get a little bit of that from the trailer. That's what I was liking the most.
Foreground.
Yeah, I know. Every second I was like,
foreground.
what's going on back there?
You're just watching the background.
When the old lady like creeped when she had no clothes on, and she creeped past in the kitchen, I was like, I can't do this movie anymore. I gotta see this movie. This is too good.
The first thing I thought though when I saw that was naked grandma.
I know. I'm like, can you imagine?
It was
this
like, ooh.
naked grandma just running at you, arms flailing. Like,
I like the sound. The sound design was really good too, with the steps, and it was nice.
Yeah, that's something. I saw in my notes. I have
really
a lot of
built the
popular actors and actresses that are in this movie.
Fun
James
fact.
McAvoy, Jessica Chastain. Was that
Chadwick
Hader that I
Boseman.
saw?
Yeah,
Yep,
Bill Hader.
yep.
That's that one I'm so excited about.
Fun fact: did you know the kids from the original got to pick the adult actors for their characters?
I
Oh,
actually
really?
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh
They
shit.
said
What?
if you could have anyone play you, who would it be? And they got to pick.
That's
Oh,
pretty
man.
cool.
I'm like, that's so cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Wow.
it actually looked like them too. Like when I was looking at the kids in the original movie and then comparing them to their adult counterparts, like the people who are playing them as adults, a lot of them looked very similar. I was like, oh yeah, that actually looks kind of like them. They did a good job with that. I have the old lady jerky movements. Whew, that was scary. Like she likes like creeping in the background, doing like the creep from Saturday Night Live, you know?
Dude,
she was doing
it real well.
Yeah.
I've never really truly understood. Maybe I need to read the book with like the clown and why there's all this weird stuff happening with the clown always. Because you see like the flies and twitchiness and stuff like that. That's something I should probably research.
Oh, when she was walking away?
Yeah, she's walking away, and sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't.
I don't know what was up with the flies, like making that little circle.
Yeah,
I didn't know what that meant.
I don't really get it.
See the movie to find out. It's the teaser.
Well, apparently. You mentioned the sound effects, and that's one of the first things I thought. Like one of the first things that I thought, like when you hear the booming the
footsteps.
Yes, when you hear the booming footsteps of the grandma like running at her, and then like the sounds that they used for that part. Whew, that was good.
Yeah,
the sounds are really good and like creepy like sound.
For those who haven't seen the first movie, that's actually a reference back to the first movie. Because
footsteps?
Yeah, because the steps were from when he came out of the screen and he was attacking Beverly in the garage.
Spoiler alert. Just kidding.
Yep.
Wait, really?
Don't even care.
I don't remember the footsteps.
Nick doesn't care about my feelings.
It was the same footsteps from when he was like big and stuff, and he was like coming at Beverly in the. I know this because I really like the movie. So,
how many times have you seen the movie?
Probably 4 now.
Ooh, okay. I was gonna say 5.
Well, because I think it's on Netflix or something like that. But I own it, so.
Okay, I'll have to go watch it again. The only part that someone pointed out to me that I thought was kind of funny was when you first see Pennywise for the first time, and he goes, "Hello."
Yeah.
Like that.
In the trailer?
Yeah, and they pointed out that he sounded...
Okay.
Hold on. Let me finish what I'm saying. It sounds like Winnie the Pooh.
Yes, okay, that's what I was going to say, yes. I was like, doesn't he sound like exactly like Winnie the Pooh? I said, this is the same actor. I was going to look it up. I was like, Winnie the Pooh?
He's got a honeypot with him.
Right. Oh my gosh. If he like turns into Winnie the Pooh, that's like one of the fears or something, I will like love this movie. Like, oh, just getting some honey.
Someone has a fear of bears and he turns into Winnie the Pooh. I'm excited.
That'd be creepy.
How do you guys feel about it? I think it looks good.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited, yeah.
Honestly, that's not even the official trailer. That was just a teaser trailer, and I'm already like hooked on the whole franchise, like off of like 2 seconds. So I thought they did a really good job with that trailer. I'm excited for this movie.
Woo! Finally, a horror movie to be excited about.
Yay!
We just had Us, Nick. I don't know if you saw that movie, but
just because Mr. Peel said it was a horror movie doesn't really make it a horror movie. I'm just saying.
Wait a second. The fat kid is fit now in the movie.
Yeah,
that's kind of interesting.
That's gonna be a fun thing. I'm sure they'll talk about.
I'm looking at the
he wanted to
side
better
by
his
sides.
life, okay?
I think this is the side by sides. I'm sending you guys another screenshot.
He got his life together.
Exactly. Or he got lipo.
Maybe. We don't know. Okay.
Wait, is it really the Old Spice guy? No way.
That's not the Old Spice guy, is it?
That's totally the Old Spice guy. The Old Spice guy is playing the black kid.
No way. No, it's not.
That's totally him.
Who is
That's
Old Spice?
Amazing.
Wait a minute. Who is the Old Spice guy?
I'm so happy.
Wait. Isaiah Mustafa?
Oh man. Dude.
It is him. What?
Wow. That's like that's
Wait
cool.
a second.
He's
just like, I'm on a horse. Oh man, I didn't even pick that up.
This is like pretty spot on for sure.
Nice.
Like I'm pretty stoked just from this chart.
So excited about this movie. Next movie. Speaking of balloons with strings on the bottom of them.
No.
Spider-Man is a red thing on a string that's on that.
Nope.
No.
Let's talk about Spider-Man.
There it is.
Far From Home.
Yeah, so the new Spider-Man Far From Home with spoilers of Endgame dropped today? I think it was 2 days
a couple days ago.
Yeah, I just saw it
As
today
of
for
this
the first time,
recording.
actually. Starts off with Tom Holland saying, "Hey, this trailer contains spoilers for Endgame,"
which is funny.
And then gives away the biggest. But then the trailer immediately says, "It's like enjoy the trailer." Immediately, biggest spoiler from Endgame in the first 0.5 seconds of the trailer. I was like, "Whoa, okay, I'm glad you told us that."
It would be like someone sits down with popcorn to watch the trailer. They sit down, they push the play button, they run over to their bed, they get in the bed sheets, and then they got their popcorn, they start watching it. And he's like, "By the way, this has spoilers for Endgame." And the person's like, "Oh no!" And like it's too late, so they start throwing the popcorn and run into the TV to try and turn it off, but they're not fast enough, and then it gets spoiled. That would suck. Probably happened to somebody. Probably at least one person.
Gotta be more than one. There's no way.
Even though you should know, like, come on.
Yes. So,
I mean, I guess
Iron Man dies at the end of Endgame. If you didn't know that, too bad. You waited too long to watch that movie. Spoilers are on
Luke.
you. I don't even care at this point. I don't even feel bad for you. You're just lazy.
So that's how the trailer starts. Spider-Man mentions that Iron Man is gone, and now he is like the new guy.
Yeah.
For keeping people safe. Instead of Iron Man.
I really liked what they did kind of throughout the whole trailer, and I'm sure it'll be a big part of the movie, is that they like kept referencing Iron Man. So I'm glad that they're just like not letting that character die and just like, all right, we're moving on, he's dead. But they're really showing how his impact affects Spider-Man and Peter Parker. So I like that we can kind of see what happens in the post Endgame world. That's like my biggest thing I'm ready for this movie. It's like, okay, well, how are these people dealing with life now that it's been 5 years?
Agree, but I also am like, I want Iron Man like out of this. I'm kind of, not that I don't like Iron Man, but Iron Man's done. Let's move on.
Well, if this was a part of a different phase, of like the next phase, I would agree with you. But since this is kind of like a bookend, as they're calling it, to phase 3, I'm okay with it.
Here, let me put it this way, Luke. The new face of Marvel is Captain Marvel. Aren't you excited for that?
No!
Let's hang on to what we've got.
I really think they're gonna reconsider that decision.
Yeah, she's so unpopular now.
She's really. I didn't even know that was going on when I first watched Captain Marvel. I didn't know it was such a hot topic, and then I watched it and I was like, "This is horrible." And then I went to watch Endgame and I was like, "Maybe she's gonna be good." And she was still horrible.
No, she wasn't in it.
And it's just like, what's going on? What is up with this character? And I think they thought she was going to be really big, and she just really flopped. It's not working. So the first thing that I have in my notes is Iron Man dying. It's on you if that's a spoiler. I still have mixed feelings about the Spider-Man, and I know that I'm the minority on that. But I am not.
Tom Holland Spider-Man?
Yeah, I'm not digging. Hear me out. I'm not digging this like metallic Iron Man suit Spider-Man. I don't like it.
Why?
Because I don't have to have a reason, Shane. I don't like it.
I don't like it. It's like a metal Spider-Man. If you want to have a conversation, you do have to have a reason.
Oof.
Or then it's like, oh, okay, you just don't like it.
Stupid.
All right, well, bye.
That. I don't know. I just don't like that it's all shiny and metal. It doesn't look like a Spider-Man. It doesn't give me the same feeling as a Spider-Man should. Does whatever a spider could. Sorry. So I just don't get the same sort of feeling from it. I know that it's another revamp of Spider-Man. I'm not saying there's anything technically wrong with it. I don't like it. And I have a few things about this that I don't like that we will get into. But what did you guys think of the trailer?
Doesn't like Spider-Man, Iron Man.
Is it just the suit, Luke, for you, or is it other things about like
There's
Tom
other
Holland?
things I don't like. Well, I don't think he's that funny.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we've talked about this on the podcast.
Demographic. It's okay.
I know a lot of people like him.
True.
I'm the minority.
I wasn't there for the Homecoming review, but I wasn't a huge fan of Homecoming.
I liked Homecoming.
This already looks better than Homecoming, so I'm excited. I'm a huge Spider-Man guy, so I like Spider-Man to be strong and do a lot of cool stuff in the air. So I'm looking forward to seeing more of that, and this trailer seems to like hint there's going to be more action for sure, especially with Mysterio
and actual web slinging, which I get. I get that he didn't web sling in Homecoming is kind of like a haha gotcha, he didn't web sling.
Right.
But I'm just getting kind of tired of watching Spider-Man fly. I like want him to swing. I don't like this flying thing that he keeps doing. You know, I'm being a little bit of a stick in mud about this trailer. Okay, by the way, maybe I should say the things I liked.
I thought it's still a good trailer.
That's fine.
Overall, yeah.
I don't know.
I like that it had a good.
A good what?
Oh, sorry. I like that it. The trailer had like a darker kind of tone to it. Like it just looked like darker. Post Endgame. And I liked when Nick Fury came in. I liked this one little line he had where he's like, or Spider-Man says, "Oh, why can't you get Thor?" And they're like busy with Guardians. And like, what about Captain Marvel? Unavailable. And it's like, I'm just your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. And Nick Fury, bitch, please, you've been to space. I was like, yes.
Like, wasn't that funny in comparison to anything he said in Captain Marvel?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, that's funny. I remember what that is. Because Captain Marvel was such a horrible humor. But anyway, overall, I liked it mainly because of Jake Gyllenhaal, and I will probably go see this movie in theaters because of Jake Gyllenhaal.
That's gonna be interesting to see him. I don't know if he was a villain. He didn't seem like he was a villain. I know Mysterio
is
like
a villain in this trailer.
Right. Might transform.
He looked like he was
the first
good.
trailer he did.
That will be interesting to see him in a Marvel movie.
He's my favorite. He's in like my top 5 favorite actors, so I'm pretty excited.
Did you see what was it called? Velvet Buzzsaw? That new Netflix movie with him in it?
No, I want to see it, but I hear it's not good, and I want to. Well, I want to see it because of him, but I'm also like, it's got such horrible reviews. So
I didn't think it was horrible.
Reviews,
it's just
your own
wonky.
Opinion.
I liked Enemy, and I liked Prisoners with him.
Did you like Nightcrawler?
Oh, I loved Nightcrawler.
Yeah, Nightcrawler's great. I love Nightcrawler.
That was one of my favorite movies that year. But he's gonna be Mysterio. I am totally okay with that. I really like the way Mysterio looks so far as a nerd. I want to hear what his voice sounds like with the bubble on him, because that's like a big thing about Mysterio from the cartoons, was his voice was so weird.
I remember.
And then other than that, I think he looks really good. And Jon Favreau,
keeps getting
driver.
Yeah, he keeps getting like bigger and bigger parts in these movies.
He also
which I like.
He looks kind of rough. I mean, he looks funny, but he looks rough. I was like, man, he's getting old, dude.
Yeah, he is. He's like, I directed the first Iron Man movie, and I'm going to keep going in these movies. And he's just getting old. But he's like, no, I'm going to keep on going.
What do y'all think about
even with
Mary
Iron Man
Jane?
being dead, I'm still going.
Go one at a time. Shane, what were you going to say? And then Nick will jump in.
I was just continuing the joke. It's okay.
Oh, all right, Nick, what were you going to say about Mary Jane?
What do y'all think about Mary Jane, Zendaya or whatever? I kind of like
You're
her.
Spider-Man.
She's
knows.
okay.
Which is fine. That's fine that she knows. Everyone kind of figures that out.
I don't know if she knows that. I thought I was just going to be like, I'm just kidding. Gotcha. Just wanted to see you sweat.
Well,
but maybe she will discover that he is Spider-Man in this movie. Who knows?
Yeah. So that's actually the biggest part about the trailer that I wanted to talk about. So, I mean, she's fine. Like, I actually don't think her acting's bad or anything. Like, I think she's doing well.
Kind of like,
right.
Yeah, kind of like dry sense of humor, you know. But one of the things I was thinking about with this movie and what I thought about the last Spider-Man movies, I don't like that there's not a lot of interference of Spider-Man's life because he's Spider-Man. So, in a lot of the original comics and in the old cartoons and even in some of the video games or in the original first movies that came out, Spider-Man, his powers ruin his real life. They get in the way of his job, his college, his friendships, his girlfriend, his aunt, his money, his rent, like everything gets messed up because of who he is as Spider-Man. That's why I always liked him. And so when this one was starting, he's like, I want to go on a vacation. And then it's like, oh, you can't. No, I want to go on a vacation with the girl that I'm interested in. And that's what I want to do. And we're going to have fun. And it keeps, and I was seeing it like, oh, sweet. They're going the route where it's going to start messing things up. He's not going to be able to explain to Mary Jane why he's not around and why he can't go on this trip with them and why he keeps disappearing, right? So I thought that was going to be really good.
Right.
Bam, got completely smashed. She's like, oh, so you're Spider-Man. It's like, no, why does everyone know he's Spider-Man? It ruins that, because now when he's not there, it's just like, oh, I guess he's probably go off fighting crime, and there's none of that angst that Spider-Man is supposed to have, and that's the biggest gripe that I have with these movies. Is it feels like happy-go-lucky, we're a superhero movie that's just normal. It's not angsty. It doesn't feel tense like I want Spider-Man to be.
Well, he's still in high school, right? Doesn't it get worse as he gets older? And he has relationships with Mary Jane.
If everyone knows he's Spider-Man, how bad can the drama get?
I mean,
easily. I mean, people can target the people he likes and loves because they know who he is.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know Spider-Man.
No, I mean the drama between him and his friends. Because we all know what it's like.
I don't know.
When
I don't. Well,
like, or at least I know what it's like when I'm trying to fix something with somebody, but maybe I can't say something, or the only way I would normally fix the conflict is by approaching it in a certain way that I can't this time for whatever reason. And so I relate to that. So when Spider-Man is like, I want to tell her that I'm Spider-Man so that she understands why I was late, so that I can make her understand why I want to be with her, but why it's complicated. But I can't do any of that, and then therefore it's all just going to fall apart in front of me, and there's nothing I can really do about it. I like that, and they're not doing that in these movies at all. That makes me sad.
Because they hate you, Luke. Really.
I know.
At the end of the day,
just like I hate everything.
I think it'll hopefully build for sure. I don't know. I've always been more interested in like those who do know and his relationship with those people and how they get involved for sure. But there was what you're talking about. There was definitely a lot more of that in the Tobey Maguire films,
right?
And I think that did add a lot to the film and kind of drove the film and made it more relatable for a lot of people. So they're definitely going in a different direction. It's just Sam Raimi is different from Sam Raimi and Sony are different from Marvel. So it's definitely more kind of like a cartoony vibe, I would say. And when I say cartoony,
cartoon Spider-Man, dude. Back when I was a kid, even the cartoon Spider-Man had the stuff that I'm talking about,
like the drama and the hard-hitting emotion.
That 90s
I wonder if they're gonna get there.
Spider-Man movie or show had that same sort of thing, and I thought that's always who Spider-Man was to me.
He's still there, Luke.
The same thing that I said when we reviewed Homecoming is they are appealing to a different demographic who does not care about the angsty Spider-Man. They want to see him funny. They want to see Tom Holland because he is cute and attractive, and they like him because he's British, and that's what they care about, and that's what they're going with. Let's make him adorable. Let's make him super likable. All his friends like him. His friends support him. Whoop, whoop, Spider-Man. Sell them tickets to all the little girls who will go see the movie.
This is like... It sounds like you're one of the music producers who gets the band and it's like, no, you're going to give up and sell out everything you've done before. You don't wear this kind of t-shirt? Huh? You do now, because that's what the kids like these days. You know? You don't smoke? Exactly. That's right. Now that's you do. It's like, you don't like the environment? Well, you're going to sing about how you want to save it in your songs because that's the kids are into these days. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, it looks basic. I'm not that impressed with it. It looks like it's going to be good, but it also looks kind of like another stereotypical Marvel movie.
Right.
I would love to be wrong. I would love to.
No, you're not. I think it's just this whole phase. This whole phase has been the same movie over and over again. But I think that was done on purpose. I feel like when the phase 4 starts, it's not going to be like the super comical, except for Guardians. It won't be the super comical movies. That's what I'm hoping, at least. Maybe I'm wrong.
I just want to. I want to feel that intensity and emotion. Yeah. Like I didn't feel that. The only time I felt really strong emotions in Homecoming was when the building fell on him, and when Vulture first figures out that he's Spider-Man. That is by far the best scene in that whole movie. Is Vulture figuring out that's Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Hands down, in my opinion, that was the best scene.
That was like their attempt to like bring the drama in, I guess. That's when the movie got serious. But I don't know. I wasn't really into Homecoming, like I said before. But we'll see how this one goes. Like I said, I'm going to see Gyllenhaal. he's gonna do well, and I'm gonna have a good time, and I'm gonna eat my popcorn and just stare at that man's face, and I can't wait.
What would you give? What would you give Homecoming out of 10?
Probably 6.5.
Yeah, I might go 7, maybe 6.5 or 7. What about you, Shane? Do you remember what you gave it?
I think I gave it like an 8 or something. I really enjoyed it. I saw it twice in theaters. I think. At least I saw it twice.
I liked Into the Multiverse. So.
Well, no, I told you. I said I like his
Spider-Verse was great.
Or Spider-Verse, yeah.
Spider-Verse, woo woo.
Yeah, that was a good one. That one I really liked.
That was sick.
So that's the end of the movie news. But we have something else we wanted to kind of quickly touch on.
Yikes.
Nick lives in Colorado. And Colorado is like, hey, let's lead the progressive train
honestly
into the
shout out
new
to
world.
Colorado.
So what's going on exactly? I just started to hear about this, Nick. What's going on?
So, basically, legislation was brought in to decriminalize psychedelic mushrooms, specifically psilocybin possession, and the initiative passed was 51% of the vote in favor. So that's how divided I guess it is. And they're still kind of counting votes, but it looks like it's definitely going to go through. And so now police basically can't criminalize you if you are in possession of psilocybin mushrooms.
Stick it to the man.
So mushrooms are going to be legal in Colorado, or is it just Denver?
Just Denver. And so this is exactly what happened with marijuana. So
oh man, that's so weird. Legal.
Is it like recreational? Like I could just walk around the street and pop a couple
No.
You're like, I can just walk around the street, pop a couple mushrooms, and just take off.
I mean,
it still remains illegal to like buy, sell, or let me see. I'm reading this thing because it's just kind of crazy.
What does that mean? Medically legal?
I don't think so. No, it's just
for medical purposes.
Right. What? It bars the city to like impose criminal penalties if you're in possession of psilocybin mushrooms, basically.
So basically, it's illegal, but if you get caught with it, it's not illegal.
Yeah. Okay. So you can't
you're not buying and selling
or selling it, but if you are caught with possession of it, they can't do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you can have it for personal use.
But what was the criminal charges before? Wouldn't it just be kind of like, hey,
I don't know,
throw these away, and then that's it?
I have no idea actually what it was before, but I mean, I'm sure there was some kind of penalty that was annoying and or aggressive.
They slap you on the wrist.
That's basically
or they put you in jail. Who knows?
Ooh.
But regardless, this is exactly what happened to marijuana before marijuana got legalized. So the idea is that this is the steps to
to
legalize to get to to legalize it in the city or the state.
Well,
it's kind of interesting. A lot of people are pretty upset about it. So.
Well, yeah, because like, hey, you can't buy this thing, nor can you sell this thing, but you can have this thing. We don't know how you're going to get it, but if you have it, we won't do anything. But don't buy it.
But people are upset on which side?
Both. Well, less so on the decriminalization part because there's a lot of activists on that side, and I would say if you do your research on psilocybin, you'd be very impressed by what you see from like a medical standpoint for sure, and what it's capable of. We can get into that, but
what is it capable of?
Well, so there have been tests done in RCTs, random controlled trials, and in like certain environments that show interesting neurochemical like pathways that get involved, and it basically affects your neurochemistry in a very harsh manner. And when I say harsh, I don't mean bad. I just mean it has a really big effect on how your brain is functioning and what your brain is thinking and doing. And the idea is that we're not using the potential of our brains to its full capacity. And so it's like this helps unlock certain things for our brain to be able to perceive or analyze. So in certain
isn't like that's a thing, you can't shut it off? Like once you do it, you kind of change your brain.
Yeah, and that's the part that people are nervous about.
Yeah, no kidding. It's just like,
claim to quit.
Now I'm Ted Bundy.
There are people that have claimed to like quit smoking on it. Like they have one trip and then they quit smoking. People do better with Down syndrome, autism, social anxiety. These are like lifelong changing effects. And then like during the trials, they test them like for a year or two, and it seems to have long lasting effects for sure.
What's the negative effects?
If you have a bad trip, that can negatively affect you in that trip. They don't taste very good, and you can throw up because they're not really great to eat. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it.
What was it? Maybe I'm thinking of a different drug that can possibly lead to some mental issues. I know there's some drugs where it's like, if you are possibly at risk for schizophrenia, it's not a good... It might have been acid or something. I don't even remember what it was, but it was one of the drugs where it's like, be careful taking... Or LSD. It was like, be careful taking this drug because, it could affect you long-term in your brain.
LSD, that's a different...
I don't know which one it was, but I obviously don't know much about drugs. I'm kind of...
Well, it's still in the psychedelic realm, so it still has like that same neurochemical effect going on. It affects the brain differently, basically. And I'm trying to simplify it like in a decent way because I have done a lot of research on it because this is relevant to me and relevant in that location. It's right there, but psilocybin seems to have a lot of potential. In a lot of different ways, especially for breakthrough therapy treatment.
From my perspective, I'm like, all right, just legalize all the drugs. You guys all do them for a few years, and then I'll figure out if there's anything wrong with them. It's like, you guys just go do them, and then I'll come in at the end maybe and see if any of them are worth doing. Because the thing about it is, there's just not a lot that is known about any of these. And so I'm like, I don't want to mess with it. Yeah, let me go let them figure out that it kills their stomach or that makes them dumb in 15 years. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's a little foggy because the people that want it to be legal are going to want it to be totally fine in every single way, no possibility of anything going wrong ever, especially if they've done it because they've probably never had a bad experience with it. So they're like, yeah, no, it's fine, perfectly fine. It's not going to affect anybody at all. But, I don't know that I believe that that's the case totally. But I also know people that want it to stay illegal are only going to focus on the bad stuff, and so they're going to bring up all the issues that happen that might not be accurate. I think...
And I get
was
that.
Was it Reagan that said he was talking about marijuana or something? About how it's like the worst drug on earth, and that it would turn people into... monsters. I don't remember. It was something that was totally not right, but it was on TV and it's what people were saying,
Right.
But I don't want to swing the pendulum in the other direction and say it's all fine, go do drugs, and then everybody breaks their brain, because I do think there's consequences to every drug.
Yeah, I'm sure. I feel like people have choices, and I feel like honestly, I don't understand why a lot of things like around drugs are illegal, because I feel like if you feel like you're on the side of wanting it to be illegal, you're not going to do that drug. So even if it's legal, are you going to do that drug? No, you're not going to do that drug. So I don't understand, why would you care if it's legal or not?
Well, some people would make the argument. People would make the argument that it's a society as a whole is influenced by allowing things to be legal or illegal. So, I take my family to the park and there's a ton of people that are just drooling and slobbering all over themselves and falling over. And, it's like, okay, if everyone's doing these drugs, is that the society we want to live in? Also, you could make an economic argument for it. Like if everyone's smoking weed all the time and everyone gets super lazy and everyone's okay with everyone being super lazy. It's just like, I'm not necessarily defending it. I'm just saying that
what you're saying. I understand. I can kind of understand the argument, but just take weed for instance. The people who smoke weed are going to smoke weed whether it's legal or illegal. So it even if it doesn't really. That's why I don't see why it really matters. Even and ethics standpoint, I mean, yes. I mean, obviously, I would not want to bring my kids to a park and someone's, on cocaine and LSD and like 5 other types of drugs all at the same time because it's all legal and they're doing hoop-de-doop, whatever. No, I don't want that to happen, but like at the same time,
they should make a drug called hoop-de-doop. Hoop-de-doop, whatever.
If that person wants to do that, then whatever. I'll just take my kid to another park if I'm uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I do think that the decriminalization of a lot of drugs should possibly be done. At least, at least in some ways, it's like the fact that alcohol is legal, and then things like weed are illegal in a lot of ways. Yeah. Like I still think that there's some issues with weed that a lot of people don't talk about. But
wait, can I say something really fast?
Alcohol is pretty dangerous too. Yeah.
Just so people don't think I'm saying legalize every single drug. I'm not saying that. I don't condone that.
Meth! Make it legal!
Because there are some things that, that actually should not be legal because that would probably kill a whole bunch of people. But if they had easy access to it. But I'm saying, like, smaller things that don't really affect, that much. I don't see the point. But
I mean, I think it's a common argument that from like the libertarian perspective, like politically, it's like let people make their own bad decisions, kind of thing. So I mean,
it's almost like control.
People do argue that. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The idea is like ultimate freedom from that standpoint, and there is something to that. But I think, I don't know. It's like how much
freedom
power
with limitations
do you want to give? Yeah, how much power do you want to give to certain entities? Is the idea.
Right. Mm-hmm. There is something where it's like, the U.S. is like a giant club. And it's like, do we want this to be allowed in our club?
Yeah.
Is this what we want people to do? Yeah. So it's like, cocaine, stop. So cocaine, it's like, do we want everyone to be hyped up on cocaine and everyone who doesn't do cocaine will be falling behind in work because they can't keep up and like, that's not really a great argument. I'm just saying like, we're like, we don't want people to do this. We don't want everyone to do this as a society. So it's illegal. But yeah, I don't know. This is a tough one. I don't have.
It is.
I will say that example, Luke, doesn't work because if you're on cocaine, you're probably gonna get a lot of work done. So.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. But it's like you're gonna get a lot of work done, and a lot of people get a lot of work done on it. But it is damaging overall, and people can have other issues with it.
You don't want people.
It's very addicting.
Oh, do you guys want to hear something unrelated but kind of related?
Oh, yes. I thought you were going to say you were doing cocaine.
Oh, I'm on cocaine right now.
He just takes a big sniff.
Yeah, right.
You guys want to hear something other related to this? I'm just like, whoa, I'm just really excited.
Just really fast talking. So, you know how doctors and like nurses and all those people that are in the hospital, how the lights are super bright and they stay up all night? And they really don't get a lot of sleep, like if you work in a hospital or you work in the medical field. So
sure,
the reason that's a thing is because someone back in the 40s or 50s kind of established this precedence of working 20-hour days in the medical field. And this guy was like a huge pioneer. The name is slipping away from me, unfortunately. But he was a huge pioneer in the medical field, and everyone kind of followed his lead because he was the leader for modern medicine, and turned out he was actually a cocaine addict, and that's why he was able to work 20-hour days, and that's why he died.
And at what age did he die? Talking about 20-hour work days, please.
Pretty sure he died in his 60s, and then
4 hours
nothing
of
changed.
Sleep.
Like nothing changed after that. Basically, right. No one thought, oh, he was a cocaine addict. Maybe we shouldn't be working these crazy days in the medical field. And no, they still work 20-hour days. So.
Yay, cocaine!
Cocaine! So, be careful with drugs.
Oh, I just realized death. We should probably end the episode.
I know, I was going to say the same thing.
I feel like that's most of what we covered. Yeah.
R.I.P.
Good stuff. People die sometimes. Yay! So,
Yikes.
All right. Thanks for listening to the episode, everyone. Shayne, do you have any plugs?
Yeah, you can check out my podcast that I host, Pop Talk Podcast, SoundCloud, iTunes, at Pop Talk Podcast. My Instagram And Twitter is Mr. McCatty, MrMCCAtty. And just update on my musical. We had auditions. They went really well. And then we had to kick our lead guy out of the whole team.
What?
But we're not here to talk about that. So we're just in the works of trying to figure out some casting choices.
Dang.
Yeah, that's my plug.
I don't want to follow that.
Oh, actually, also, I'm officially maybe not officially, but my job's mascot. I'm the mascot. I'll be doing my second event this upcoming weekend, so I think it's gonna be a gig for me. I'm the mascot.
Woo.
Check out my Instagram for pictures.
Whoa. Okay, Nick, your turn.
I don't have anything that juicy at all. Actually, I do have something kind of No, I'm not going to get into that. So you can follow me at I Love Drummond on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. That's I Love Drummond, no G at the end. I have been having a lot of fun on Twitter lately. It's been a good time.
Yay!
So I'm not taking it as seriously. I don't post anything political. I just tweet random things as I think about them, and then I move on with my day. Basically, like back when it used to be like a text message that you would send instead of like an actual app. Yeah, I'm trying to treat it that way. So it's been nice, but I've been doing a lot of drum stuff. I have 3 shows coming up in the next 2 months, mainly with Modern Suspects. I'm going to Fort Collins. That's a great town. I'm really excited for that. So if you follow me on social media, you'll see me posting about that.
Woo.
Woohoo!
Okay. So, you can follow my Instagram at Luke Roxwold. That's LukeRockswold. That's it. Also, follow our podcast, WAITSB Podcast. We talked a lot about different things that involve pictures. They will all be posted on Instagram, so if you want to see them, that's where they are. So,
oh, guys, crap, man. I was not recording this whole time.
Really?
Nah, just kidding.
Wait, why did you say it before I even ended the episode?
I know.
Yeah, I know. What kind
I'm
of
just messing
troll?
with you.
I feel like you weren't messing with me. I think you thought you weren't actually recording for 1 second, and then you realized you actually
me
were.
too.
So,
I was just messing with you.
Okay.
Keeping you on your toes.
I did sit up in my chair. I was like leaning back, and then I sounded like, what? Oh, man.
Follow us online, people.
Yes, follow our Instagram, please. Guys, thank you for listening. Let us know your thoughts. Give us a review on iTunes and give us 5 stars. We're all in the same boat. Awesome. Guys. Woo! And outro music.